laughing on 5. Welcome to Wedding Mayhem. Stop laughing at me again. I can feel you laughing at me.
I can feel you waiting for me to feel you laughing.
Can you?
Whatever it is.
Welcome to Wedding Mayhem. We have the lovely Hayley Bray. Thank you for coming. We've been very excited about having you here. So I've known you a long time. You did my wedding.
Yes, I did.
The third one. No, it was the third one. You didn't do the second one, did you? No.
The most recent husband.
The most recent, the current. The current husband. God, how many seconds in?
She's got you penciled in.
I'll do the 4th if you need.
To get a discount.
Poor John.
John will be page boy.
Yeah.
He's getting worried. He did ask me the other day. He said, well, we are all right, aren't we? And I was like, what do you mean? He went, well, he said, you keep talking about the husbands. He said, I went, no, you're fine. I said, you're a good one. We'll keep you.
Yes, got a good egg.
Yeah, very good egg. Yeah, we are lucky. You're really, really lucky. Yeah. Where is Will?
Editing, probably, at home.
Really?
Yeah, so...
Does he do the same thing as you?
Yeah, so Will's a photographer as well. We met in the industry. We've been together
amazing.
20 years, married for 12 and a half. And we met, worked at the same company and then decided to start, we shot weddings together for about 15 years. And then just before...
So how did you start filming weddings together? So you worked at a photography company?
We worked at a photography company. That's where we met.
Okay, you weren't doing weddings?
I was.
Oh, okay.
But I used to freelance to this company that Will worked for. It was a company that I'd worked for since I was 17 and I'd gone back and helped out over the years. And one time they said, oh, we're a bit short-staffed, will you come back and help us out? So I said, yeah, of course. So I went back and actually Will and I never spoke to each other because I'm a little bit deaf in that ear. Far too much clubbing in my early days, and Will's very quiet. He's the complete opposite to me. So apparently he used to walk in every morning and go, morning, but I didn't hear him because I'm a bit deaf in that ear. So I used to then look up and he would just walk past and I think, oh, he's ignored me, how rude. So we didn't speak initially, but but then we obviously got to know each other.
So how long did it take for you to
Probably,
listen to him? Still
don't. 20 years, yeah. No, then we finally got to know each other. And then I left that job and then we didn't see each other for another 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we met back up.
Were you going to say
years later?
Then?
Yeah, we hooked back up years later. And then got together and then started working together. And so we shot weddings together for 15 years. Who asked who out first? God, I think him,
he asked this year.
Should we get Will on the phone?
Yeah, exactly.
Which
I got no response. He asked this one.
I'm sure he asked me out first. Yeah, I'm sure he asked me out first. Yeah, and the rest is history, I suppose. Yeah.
And what made you go into weddings?
I shot my first wedding when I was 18.
Wow.
So 28 years ago. Yeah. And it was a family friend's wedding, and I'd photographed their children while I was at college because I did A-level photography at college, and so I'd photographed their kids and I'd done bits and pieces, and they said, oh, we're getting married, would you come along and take some photos? So I was like, yeah, sure, no pressure. And then about a month before, they were like, we're actually not getting a photographer because we know what you can do, we trust you, we love your pictures. And I was like, oh, okay.
Pressure.
And they paid me, I mean, I think it was a couple £100 or whatever, and halfway through the wedding I cried. Because I was like, I can't do this, the pressure. So I was at church and I came out and I was
pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just thought, I can't do this. And luckily there was family friends there and they were like, you've got this, you'll be absolutely fine, you'll be absolutely fine. And I was just like, no, I just can't do it, I can't do it. Yeah. But I did it and they loved it, and then it just snowballed from there. It just got recommended. And
did the tears get less and less?
Yes. I still get nerves, even now before a wedding.
Do you pick up the nerves though?
Yeah.
I find that we pick up nerves when they're,
when they're holding the camera.
Yeah, no, I think not on the day. Actually, on the day, I think the pre-wedding, I get anxiety and I get nervous. And I think the minute I don't feel that is the minute I get complacent. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just almost like I still feeling slightly anxious about the whole thing, and Will is just my biggest champion. He's like, babe, you say this every time, you're going to be fine. I'm like, I know, I just, but then I get there, I just switch into wedding mode, and all my brides tell me how calm I am, how patient I am, and that's just because the wedding morning in the getting ready room can be like, because everyone is so the nerves, and you've got everyone's emotions and everyone, you know what I mean. So I try to be the calming presence because that's what everyone needs. You don't need it to get higher and higher and higher because in everyone's photos they're going to then be like,
I didn't remember seeing you at my wedding.
I take that as a
little
compliment.
ninja.
Yeah, that is my nickname. Is the Wedding Ninja.
I tell you, my lasting memory of you two, and I was trying to think of it this morning. Who was it? But it was both of you. And I looked down, and you're under a table.
And who's that person all in black rolling around the floor?
Like, what are you doing there? You're like taking your photo. I went, act normal. And I went,
honestly, so my nickname is the Wedding Ninja. I always wear black. I want to blend in to the shadows. Yeah. I don't want to be a visible presence.
Because it isn't about you.
No, it's nothing about me. It's literally, I just want to blend in. And I say this to my couples, you will forget I'm there with a camera. At first, you'll see me and I've got 2 cameras on me and you go, oh. But people do forget that I'm there. And I pop up every now and then and people are like, didn't even
behind a curtain.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always kind of, and because I work so quick. Yeah, literally.
No, she is.
I'm under a table.
Both
during speeches, I'm like under, because
I
don't, again, during speeches, all these moments where, everyone's focus is on the person talking on it. I don't want to be standing there right in front of a guest, blocking their view. So I'm kind of always on my hands and knees, crawling around the floor, popping up, taking a photo, crawling around.
Are you having to push suppliers out of the way?
No, generally I work with a lot of suppliers, especially videographers. I work a lot with, we really work quite well together. Occasionally I've worked with a few that have literally been, that I've never worked with before, and it can be a little bit awkward occasionally, but I'm used to, I think because I shot weddings with Will for so long, my peripheral vision of being conscious of being in someone's shot, because Will and I, you'll find, I don't think hardly ever we in the back of each other's shot. Yeah. So I'm always conscious of not being in his shot and me and vice versa. Yeah. So I'm kind of good at working with videographers so that I'm not in their shot or something like that. So so I've got working quickly, wearing black and popping up every now and then is how I got the Wedding Ninja nickname.
I think and I always say this with brides, because often they come to us before they've even booked anything, even a venue. Yeah. And when they're asking questions about what to look for and stuff like that, and I always, and this has come from you, and I was so impressed that you have a backup.
Oh, always.
You've got people in the industry that you know of, that if something's happened to you, that you've got that fallback.
Well, Will is although he retired from weddings, didn't even finish that story, because he retired from weddings, now heads up our corporate side. So we do a lot of corporate events, commercial, interiors, exteriors, conferencing. So he does a lot of that. But then he also helps with my editing. So our editing, again, is 4 weeks. All of my weddings this year have had their wedding photographs within 4 weeks of the wedding.
Isn't that really quick?
Very quick.
Really quick. Because they can take
months and months.
6 months. Which is,
but I've got my workflow down to a fine art. So my cull starts on the wedding day when I sit down for dinner. That's when I'm downloading, backing up. So going back to that backup, the backup for me starts on the wedding day. I have 2 cameras on me at all times and a third in my bag. That's just so that I can shoot different styles.
Heavy. You are like an assassin, but not
I have a leather strap,
cameras.
My sling, exactly. So I literally have those. Then, so that's
because things can go wrong.
Totally. Technology, it's great, but when it doesn't work, you know what I mean. There's always that. So I try to eliminate anything before, so it's not problem solving. It's literally avoiding the problem from even being there. So by having 2 cameras on me, if something happened to one, I've still got another one to shoot on. Both of my cameras record to 2 memory cards at the same time. So if a memory card failed, it's already written to a second card in the camera. So I've invested in the best kit possible to, again, eliminate memory card failure. Or I have batteries in a little pouch. I have spare memory cards, backups. And I like to be prepared before a wedding and have all the information I need to hand. So not only so that's the actual wedding day being prepared, but prior to that, I have a brilliant group of other photographers that I've known all the years, and a lot of them I second shoot with and call them my wedding wives. But I also have Will as my number 1 backup. So if something happened to me on a wedding day,
because we're human, and
everyone get ill, anything can happen.
Exactly.
Will was my number 1 stand-in. So although he's officially retired from weddings, I've pulled him out of retirement a few times over the years to come and shoot with me, or he can go and we both do both. So he's my number 1 backup. And then I've got, like I said, a brilliant WhatsApp group, which is the best kind of to have that circle of people that are all in the same industry as you, because it can be quite an insular.
Yeah, but also I think to the level that you're at as well, because you can have friends in the industry. But they're at different professional levels. Yeah. But
these are all my peers, my colleagues, my friends. We meet up and catch
you
up.
Go on holiday.
We go on holiday together.
I've seen these photos.
We go on holiday together. So
God,
so it's not, so they're like.
Is there a fight when you go on holiday? Is there a fight who takes the camera?
No, we all just take.
You all take your
camera. More importantly, do you like having your picture taken?
No. No, I think that's why I became a photographer.
Will you
Firmly
get in
behind.
photos? Because my mum is like, do not take one of me, no, and then she just hides. And I'm
No,
like, if
I'll
anything
be
happens to you, I've
in
got
one.
nothing.
No, I will be in one, but I just don't find the experience comfortable, which I think, and I say to all my brides, because 95% of my brides will say to me, I hate having my photo taken.
Big question that we've got.
Yeah, sorry, I'm.
But does some people
no, but this is good.
I hate having my photo taken, and you're like, all right, and then am I allowed to stand up?
Well, I don't know.
And they're like, okay. Like, or do something, and you're like, thought you hated it, like you've been practicing it.
Do you know what? A lot of grooms as well, I'll find, say they hate having their photo
Stop doing a
taken,
smolder.
and then they actually love it. They actually then find, you know what I mean? They're like working it.
The buttons come
John,
down.
the day
really
goes.
good.
Yeah.
Every single photo of him was fantastic.
And Will is so photogenic, and John's so photogenic. I think it's just because I'm more critical of myself, as most women are. I
think we are horrible to ourselves.
You know that I hate my photograph being taken. I'm like the dog with the lips stuck up, you know, and it's like, I'll be pulling a face.
And that's what I do. If I kind of,
I think you take a nice photo.
Yeah.
I've always got like one eye like
Oh
that.
my God, are you complimenting me?
Yeah, I take the piss out of you. I still like you. Still value your face.
Yeah. Value your face.
And your bum.
And my bum.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. And I think that's why I became a photographer, sort of tactical manoeuvre to be behind the camera and not in front. But also to help people feel more comfortable in front of a camera, because I'm not, so I know what it feels like.
Are there things that you will say to brides and grooms to practice maybe before the wedding day to put that comfort?
I offer pre-wedding shoots, so if they really do want to practice, kind of like an engagement shoot, so pre-wedding shoot where we can just go out to a park or somewhere that's special to you and have a little practice too, or see how I work. But generally, I just try to make it as easy as possible. It's not overly posed or overly directed. It's just giving a bit of direction to get the best out of them, because no one knows where to stand, how to look, what to do with the loose arm. You know what I mean? So it's
what do you do with that arm?
Bend it. The kind of general rule is
Sharon
if it
will go
bends,
like that.
Well, maybe after this, I'll show you.
Oh,
and
we'll do a demo.
We'll do a demo. Because otherwise I've got to stand
skinny.
up.
I'm going to be the man.
I'm just glowing.
I'll be the man.
It's just those kind of things that, unless you're a model and in front of a camera a lot of the time, how do you know what to do?
Or a youth who just all know how to take the
then
best
nowadays
pictures.
it's all...
Well, it's filters as well, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know, I know that you do all natural stuff, but if you were asked to filter something, will you filter it?
No, my editing, most of my bride and grooms pick me because of my editing style, which is very natural, fun, true to colour. So no, I don't overly filter my photos. I want them to be the best skin tones from the, today, the best, so that the flowers that you've picked are the colours. Of the flowers that you had on the day. They're not desaturated and they're not overly orange or overly green. You know, I want the bridesmaids' dresses to be that colour in the photos, not to be... I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Everyone's got their style. My style is just really beautifully edited, so they're nice and even, punchy, colourful, if the wedding was colourful, obviously, but just true to life colours. That's what I kind of go with, because I just think it's timeless. Then it's not going to date, it's not going to age.
My friend does that to one of my friends that does just like an Instagram filter.
Yeah.
I can tell she's done it because I look like Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Because in my head, like, I know it's red, but it's like glowing to the point. It's like,
and then it looks
so awkward.
So I just want my brides to look not just them on a good day, them on a great day. Do you know what I mean? So I don't overly Photoshop. I try to get it right in camera on the day.
Yeah, you captured all of our personalities.
So that then,
the good and the
many faces of Sharon. Oh my God.
But, joking aside, the moment that we had our wedding day, the moment that we got engaged, you were the first person I contacted.
I remember. You cried when I said I'd shoot your wedding.
Yeah, because you didn't even tell me you were a mean cow, and I was like, she literally had me hanging, and I'm like, we met in a coffee shop in Hersham, and it was like, what were you doing? And you were like, yes, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Did you have to really think about it?
No, she already knew.
I don't know why. I knew you would always shoot your wedding.
Yeah,
I don't remember being elusive about it.
You were
nice to just do one of them.
Yeah.
I was like, you finally asked me.
Yeah. Cheeky bitch.
Probably weren't born for the others.
You were like, oh my God, and I remember that part.
Yeah, because the relief
bless
that I
you.
had somebody one that knew me, but also, because I am the person that pulls the face, I'm the person.
Yeah, but so am I, so it was just perfect.
Yeah, so you knew me, we get it a lot, the anxiety build up to that wedding from brides, and we always say, talk to your photographer.
Yeah, I want people to trust me, because if you trust me, you will then feel relaxed in my presence.
Yeah.
And if you feel relaxed in my presence, you will look relaxed in your photos.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's a lot of wedding photographers out there, because everybody has their style, and you will be matched with the right one.
Definitely.
So if you choose somebody that is not what you're looking for, you're going to hate your photos.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So that's research and being recommended by so many venues, by all my past bride and grooms, that I don't pay to advertise, and haven't for 15 years. No. It's purely word of mouth or recommendations.
What's your top tip for any bride and groom or couples that are getting married that are looking for their photographer?
I would say ask people that have got married if they would recommend their photographer. Have a look at their work. It's hard to just go online and look at people's photos, because obviously you can only post so many photos on your website without it slowing it up completely. So you've got to pick your best of your work, which you're always going to put on. Yeah. But that might just then be a snapshot of one or two photos from weddings over 10 years, the best of the work. So you're only seeing their absolute top picks. You're not seeing an entire wedding from start to finish. So when you've broken down who your kind of top 3 or top 5 photographers are, liaise with them, ask questions, and ask to see full galleries.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, but obviously we've been here 22 years, and we're constantly
drop that in there.
Drop that in. I know. We constantly over the years have been asked for photographers to borrow dresses. So they're posing weddings.
Yeah. Styled shoots. So styled shoots are a big thing, and that I've done some.
Yeah, but they're posing that they've done weddings, and they haven't.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
So fishing. How can we? Well, I'll think of a name for it in a minute.
Go on.
That out there.
Yeah, but it's exactly that. So you've got to be careful.
So you've got exactly that, because their Instagram feed could be filled with styled shoots, which are all under controlled conditions.
Yeah. And it's all a lie.
Do you know what I mean? But it's great for certain things to build bonds with other wedding suppliers, to do the stuff that you wouldn't necessarily get time to do on a wedding day. But a real wedding is totally different. It's the difference between pre-recording something and then working live in the TV world. Do you know what I mean? Because you can go back and do it again, or you've got the time to pose people and get the right light. Whereas on a wedding day, you have a time constraint, because the service has to go ahead at this time, and dinner has to be served at that time, and you're constantly on a time schedule. Then you've got to pull together people, and the lighting is constantly changing, because you're indoors, you're outdoors.
Just go and find the people as well.
And finding the people, and you're dealing with people that have been drinking all afternoon, and trying to organise, trying to organise. It's like herding cats. So you're dealing with a lot of variables that you don't often have control over. Yeah. So a wedding day is totally different to a styled shoot. So it's just being able to work out the difference. So that if someone's showing you their galleries, you need to know if it's a styled shoot or if it's actually been shot on a wedding day. That's the difference. So asking for full galleries is a way of going, can you show me your most recent galleries this year? And seeing what they do in between those key killer shots of a bride and groom with a golden hour or a lovely emotional moment. What do they shoot in between? Yeah, it's beautiful.
So nice.
But, we live in England, so you just never know when you're going to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you like, because I have thought about this recently when I eventually get married.
So we have to drop that in. So she's not married yet. Right. We're trying to get her married.
All right, don't show off just because you've done it 3 times. Make me out to be some kind of little virgin.
Little virgin. Virgin. Definitely not a little virgin.
When they're like perfectly posed shots and they're very like, I feel like me and John, if we were to like look at each other, that we'd burst out laughing.
But then that's the moment you would capture after, because then I think that's a great. I'm frequently telling bride and grooms to do something very silly or, cracking inappropriate jokes, because I'm waiting for that moment where You know, so I do lots of looking at each other, looking at me. Because looking at each other then breaks the monotony of smile at the camera, smile at the camera, smile at the camera, then look at each other, because then you're naturally going to smile at your other half.
Oh, we
Even
can't.
if I
John
don't
and I
say,
look at each other, and we're just in bits.
yeah,
and we're
but then
laughing,
that moment of when you both crack up laughing in that moment of pure joy is actually so lovely to capture.
Yeah.
So then you've still got the lovely, nice one for mum and dad to put on the wall, smiling at the camera, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then you've got some really natural moments of kind of pure joy in an image where you're laughing at each other. And
I think one of my favourite photos was because John's ring wouldn't go on his finger. Yeah. He's got fat fingers. He had the biggest ring that they could make. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And see the BFG. I've got it before.
He's huge hands. He's huge hands.
King Charles fingers.
Yeah, and obviously it was hot, wasn't it? And he was nervous.
Big hands.
And I said to him in rehearsal, I said, don't clench your hands because you'll make your hands bigger. And the ring would not go on, and we're shoving
He's
it on.
hulking out.
Did you say holding out?
Hulking out, not holding out.
Hulking out.
Hulk.
The Hulk.
The Hulk.
The green.
Well, what's that got to do with hands?
Because he like
gets bigger.
He
and
starts
green.
hulking out. Oh my god.
Oh my god. But that ring would not get on. But that photo of me like yanking it on, like was.
So it's just capturing the kind of moments where I stand back and just capture what unfolds.
Yeah.
But occasionally I have to just start it off, not in the ceremony, obviously I hang back and just capture it as it happens, but sometimes throughout the day when we're doing couple shots, I just might instigate something.
Yeah.
Walk this way, bump elbows, bump shoulders. When you get people to walk towards you, a great way to get that kind of, when you bump shoulders, it kind of just makes you laugh. I don't know why. If you're holding hands and walking, because no one walks. Yeah, exactly. Maybe not there. Yeah, trip her up. No,
John would do that.
No one generally kind of holds hands and walks lovingly towards each other, smiling like that. So you just kind of start it off, but then capture what happens next. It's kind of
That's what I don't like the cringy. Where it's like
there's an art to making it look natural. Yeah. Even when it doesn't feel it on the day.
It makes
never
perfect
look
sense.
natural.
The laughing bit you said, because that makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
Where you could be like, do this, and then you just look and you laugh.
Yeah. I think it's like, why are you looking at me in the eyes? Why are you doing that?
Meant to be. We just had the natural shot.
Creep. So she hits me now. But it is difficult being natural.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people find it hard. So I just say, all we're going to do is go for a little walk around your wedding venue, around the grounds, and I chat about inane stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Because then you just feel like you're walking with a mate and having a little chat, like we are here.
We do it in the shop. They're like, where's she gone? And you're like, right behind you.
Yeah, but we do it in the shop, you know, these girls are nervous, even if they've got, real confidence.
Yeah.
You know, choosing a wedding dress is it's the only thing personal that you'll choose, and and they do get nervous, but we just talk about we talk about the podcast now, and we just talk about rubbish, and before you know it, they're in the dress and I go, oh my god, this is nice, because they haven't emptied. I'm gonna like this, I'm gonna like that, so taking that away by the chat is
and
good.
I just try to do it in short, sharp stints as well, rather than we're going to do 20 minutes of couple photos and then half an hour of group photos and then 20-minute count. So I just kind of go, look, I'll grab 10 minutes with you first and then go and chat, mingle, because I want my bride and grooms to enjoy their wedding reception. This is what they kind of planned for. It's where they see all their friends, it's where they drink drinks and eat canapes. And I want to get photos of that as well. I don't want to whisk them away from their guests for an hour to have photos. So I do couple shots for 10 minutes while people are getting out and getting a drink. Then I say, go mingle, and I'll capture you guys mingling for a bit. Then we'll start group shots. And again, I'll get them done 15, 20 minutes max, depending on how many they've chosen to do. And then when everyone gets called for dinner, I use that time as well, another 10 minutes with the couple, 10, 15 minutes, because no one notices they're missing. So that's when I do those shots before everyone gets sent in for dinner. And then maybe later on, if there's golden hour during the drinks, the turnaround time between dinner and first dance, we'll go out and everyone's relaxed then because the speeches are out of the way.
It's done, isn't it?
Everyone's had a drink. So then that's when you get the fun bridal party photos that we've done with smoke bombs and sparklers and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. The best advice that you gave me was, we're going to take you out of, as soon as you get married, we're going to take you out.
Just take you out.
You took us out for 10 minutes.
Yeah, we need the party.
So we had our canopies and our drinks up there ready for us.
Yeah, just to breathe, because you've not seen each other.
No, and we were both like, blah, 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 and you got that.
Yeah, and then I just do a few moments.
Doing a jab of the heart. That's what you were doing.
No, my tongue's not that long.
And I always try to remind my bride and grooms, it's 4:00. Remember this moment, because the next time you kind of have a moment will be 9:00, you know, because the wedding day goes so fast.
Yeah.
So when I've finished doing the kind of photos just before we go in for dinner, I'm like, right, now have 5 minutes to yourselves. I'm going to get set up in the room. Just so you've got time with your husband on your wedding day. Just to go, oh my God, it's our wedding day. And
this is going to lead me into a question. We've had some questions from some brides.
Oh, cool.
We get this a lot, and it's, you know, the parents, or they're being given money for the wedding, and they expect certain photographs to be done, and then more so on the day.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
So primarily, my clients are the bride and groom.
Yeah.
I'm there to give them what they want. I appreciate totally that parents are going to want photos of their family, or their friends, or whatever. So every couple
because you're
I
time
shoot with,
restraint too, aren't
yeah, you've only got a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So I speak with all my couples 3 or 4 weeks before the wedding. We have Zoom call, FaceTime call, phone call, and I go through the start to finish, from the minute I arrive, what's happening, right through service, drinks reception, blah, 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 right until first dance, cake cutting, bit of dance hall, party. And then during that time, I ask them all about their families. So I'm like, I know, come the wedding, you've got mum, dad, brother, sister, grandparents. I know your husband-to-be has got mum, they're divorced, blah, blah. So I know every variation of the family. Preparation for me is key. So I want to know everything about. Because then I say, right, so for groups, I can give you a 15-minute groups to include what I call your A-listers, parents, siblings, grandparents, and then your extended families if you want to include them. And I put it to my bride and grooms, this is what I would normally do, and now we can tweak this to fit your family setup.
Yeah.
They're the key shots we will get in the bag first. Then if we've got time, and on the wedding day, if you want to do more, this is the second set of groups. That if we have time and we're smashing through the groups, because I work really quickly, and the run through I've got of my groups make sure I use people in the most time efficient way. So I write them all down. I don't just go like bride's parents, groom's parents,
Right, yeah.
bride's family, because then everyone's in, out. It's the hokey cokey. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got time for that. So
and the bigger the wedding, the more
the more to do, because you know, obviously it's
and
not
more
just
we talked about earlier about culture weddings.
Yeah.
You know.
So if you're shooting 300 or 400 people wedding, you've got to really manage the time and allow time. So even if I say like you allow 1 minute per each group shot, if you want to do 30 groups, that's 30 minutes. It's going to take more than 1 minute. It's going to take 2 to 3, because it's the time to get them in.
And the venues want you sorted out.
And then time to get them out. And everyone wants to chat in between, you know, because they might not
They've got all the time in the world.
We have it in the shop where obviously, you know, they've booked their hour, and then, you know, they sit there for
chatting,
because they haven't seen each other. And
so
we're 20 minutes in before they've even chosen a dress.
Yes, exactly.
You
so
know.
I'm constantly trying to keep to the schedule. So I will ask the bride and groom primarily what group shots they want. They might only want to do parents, siblings, grandparents. They might not. We're not fussed about extended. We're not fussed about. We'll do a big group shot of everyone. Then everyone's been included in one photo. So I can always try and do that if I can. You've got bridal party, friends.
But what happens if, you got, you know, and you're under that time, and somebody says, "Oh, can I just have my photograph taken with this person?"
I go, if it's fine with the bride and groom, it's fine by me.
Yeah.
Sorry, not had clearance for that.
Yeah, this
rolling
is it.
away.
This is it. It's not my photos. These are not groups that I've chosen to have. As much as I love their photos, they're not for me.
Yeah.
I want the bride and groom to have the group shots they want. They're going to put them in their album. They're going to put them on the wall. There's no point spending 5, 6, 7 minutes organising a group shot if it's never going to end up anywhere. If it's one that no one wants.
Yeah, it's not like the bride's going to go, "Oh, we'll have that shot."
Yeah. So I always say, if someone comes up to me and says, "Can I have a picture of the bride and groom?" I'm like, if it's all right with them, it's fine by me. Sometimes the answer might be, I've just got this group list to get through first. If we have time after, come find me, or I'll come find you. Very polite way to say, listen, the bride and groom are my client. I'm shooting for them. Yeah. It's about them. It's what they want. This is what they're paying me for.
And I think that's reassuring for any bride.
I've got their back.
Bride or couple that are listening to this, that you have got their back,
totally,
you know, because they've paid a lot of money.
And it's always awkward on a wedding day with people that you know and love, but you might not want to spend your time having photos with them, because the reason I go through my group shots with the bride and groom is because it's so much easier when we're having a lovely little conversation, just the three of us, about who you want to include. Because on the wedding day, when you've got all your friends and family staring at you going, do you want me in your picture? You want to kind of go, no, but you can't say that out loud to someone.
Kind of
Because I like you, but not enough to...
That's probably why I'm not a photographer, because it will just come out.
But also, there's politics. There's politics involved. If you have it with this
huge.
couple, you've got to then have it with that couple, and that couple.
Well, this leads me to another question. So both sets of parents are divorced.
Yeah.
And both sets of parents absolutely hate each other.
Yep.
What do we do?
Well, again, weddings are a unique event, right? You're bringing together people that have probably not been in the same room together for a very long time.
Don't want to be in the room.
Or never before. I've been to weddings where I don't know anyone.
You're at the wrong wedding.
No, I make friends.
John and I went to a wrong wedding once. We went to no, it wasn't one of mine. We got an invitation when I first started, and and for some reason we spent our first night at Oatlands Park Hotel. So in my head I had Oatlands Park Hotel, so we jumped in the taxi, off we went. Ross was having a fantastic time, so we got a glass of champagne, nibbles as we went in.
So you went with John?
No, it was with Ross.
Right, sorry, I thought you said me and John.
Did I say me and John?
I might have to cross this one out.
Probably, yeah. I do have to go through the names before I get to the right one.
No, he's definitely going to ask if you're all right.
I know. Sorry, baby cakes.
Anyway, back to...
No, I haven't finished my story yet. Hang on, Hayley.
Yeah, that's
this is my show,
about
not
10
your
minutes
show.
ago. She's gone off piece.
I'm just worried I'm going to lose track of where I was.
No, I got
remember.
cards. It's fine.
Cool,
You'll
sorry.
remember. So we're at Oatlands Park. So we've had our drinks now. I think I'm third drink down. And I said to Ross, I don't recognise the bride. And he went, well, you should recognise the bride. I went, I know, I think we're at the wrong wedding. So we got hold of Matt. Matt was at home, and he read it out, and we should have been at Silvermere.
Oh.
So we called the taxi.
Lucky it was nearby.
Yeah, called the taxi, and it was the same taxi. So he went, you're jamming the weddings.
Wedding crashes.
Yeah, just go from one wedding to another.
The question was...
So what's the question was?
So divorce people, so you're bringing together all these people on the day that have not hung out with each other. Then you're fueling it with alcohol, and it's a very emotional day. Yeah. So again, preparation. So going back to the calls I have with my bride and grooms, I ask them about this. So I ask if mum and dad are together. If they're not, do they have new partners? Are they amicable? Again, this is when we can chat about all this kind of stuff while no one else is listening. In the case of, because for me, I'm not going to go, oh, mum and dad, lean in, smile. And they're thinking, we haven't spoken to each other for 25 years, can't stand them. So I want to get the right people with the right...
Well, some people do. They really hate each other.
Most I've found in 28 years of shooting weddings, I've probably shot over 700 weddings.
Jeez.
The modern day has brought up every variation of modern family. So I think I've seen every variation possible. And in my experience, most people behave on the wedding day.
Because it's not about them.
Because it's not about them. And even if it is about them, they don't want to be seen to be the one making the
main photos are the start of the wedding as well, isn't it?
I then offer to then say, right, so what we'll do is we'll do the two of you with mum and her partner and all of her family. Then we'll do dad and his. They don't actually even have to be there at the same time. We'll split them up. So you know what I mean? We can.
Yeah.
That's
you can
why
navigate
that initial phone call and chatting about your family setup. There's no surprises for me on the day.
We get this question a lot in the boutique. Particularly when they are. Sometimes I'll do a couple of appointments and they'll bring that. Cause they can't bring that person because they don't get on and stuff like that. And that is the anxiety building up.
Yeah.
And the pressure.
I want to kill that anxiety and the nervousness to know that come the wedding day, wedding photos are one thing you don't have to worry about. We've absolutely got it covered.
You've got it now.
Either way. So that your mum will be happy because she'll have a photo. Because your mum's going to want a photo of the two of you, and her side of the family if you've got siblings or her side. But she's not going to want your dad in it if they're not together. Yeah. So then we make sure we have enough time to do your mum's side, dad's side, groom's side, vice versa.
Then as the bride, I would my mum and dad asked us together, but I'd want a picture of me, my mum and my dad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
and
mean?
then again, if you're happy to do that, and then the next thing I would then say is, let your parents know we've had this conversation. Yeah. Because that's another thing, is on the wedding day, mum is worried, rightly so, she wants a photo without dad in it. Yeah. So then she's worrying, going, well, make sure you ask the photographer to get this photo.
And that's it, isn't it? It's the build-up.
Yeah, because then they're worried they're not going to get the picture they want.
They're in fight mode before they
and they don't know we've
photos.
had this entire conversation for an hour over which groups we're going to do. So I'm like, let them know we've discussed it all. We have everything covered. Show them the list if you want to and go, this is what we've planned to do. Yeah. And also make sure you're around, because parents are the ones that disappear when it comes to it.
Right, a quickie. Yeah. Wedding at dogs, yes or no?
Yes, always.
Wedding at dogs.
Always. Wedding at dogs, wedding with dogs.
Fucking idiot. You call me a fucking idiot. She called me a fucking idiot.
I was going to, but she said it well.
Sorry, that's my.
I thought you said wedding and dogs.
Wedding.
No,
dogs at weddings.
Dogs at
No, what did you say now?
Weddings at dogs.
No, you went wedding dogs.
What did I say?
Wedding
don't
dogs.
know.
Did I say wedding?
Weddings at dogs.
Someone is
I
now
knew
a
what you
bit
meant.
shy.
This is our creative brains kind of going. I knew exactly what you meant.
It's our creative mind in brackets ADHD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always. I've had lots of lovely doggies at weddings. Always, yeah. We've had those ring bearers. We've had them come down the aisle. Yeah.
Right, we need a wedding ick out of you. So we ask all our guests something either as a professional or as a guest, something that annoys the boots off you at a wedding.
Oh gosh, as a wedding guest, not enough bar staff.
Yes.
Oh, you're always. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what? You
Good
know.
one.
You know.
Are you having two?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give you two. So that's no, maybe we'll stick with that one. Yeah, always enough bar staff. You know, you've got 100 people.
Yeah.
And once the prosecco and everything else go out, or even the evening, have enough bar staff.
Yeah.
You make a mint. Do you know what I mean? Like,
ask
you
the
would never
venue.
want to wait for a drink.
No.
So yeah, that would be my
is
real
so
big
true.
wedding.
Good.
Yeah, because then a tune comes on in the disco and you're off. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you laughing at me?
Thinking of our Christmas do.
Tune. Oh no,
It's like you lost all the bones
Pop
in
it
your
in
body.
Max at Chair Cover Dreams gave us this.
Ah.
There we go.
Max. So that goes wedding
In there. Perfect. Okay. Right.
What was your other one? You had two.
Professional. Have I got time to tell you that? or
Yeah.
not? Probably.
You'll say no.
There, camera. Sorry. I'll be very quick. Not having enough time to do what I need to do on the wedding day because of other people that maybe not as organised with their time.
Okay. Good one.
I'm being kind of, elusive there. I don't want to offend anyone, but
People not having their
know.
shit together.
Yeah, exactly. If
And
you've
people
got
know
enough time
that
to
they
do your job, get your job done so that then
Yeah.
I've got enough time to do my job.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't start encroaching on my time.
And you're not doing their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. We've got spin the wheel.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Please don't let it fall on the red one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You don't
why?
want the
What
red
does that
one.
mean?
Please don't let it fall on the red wine. It's like
Red
you're
wine.
drinking.
Right, go on and spin it. Oh,
Shall I
first
do it
kiss.
again? Didn't we have this last week?
We had it last week.
Okay, do it again and
I was probably there for your first kiss.
Probably was. Probably you.
I think it might be me. No, do
Oh!
it again.
Maybe we just need to talk about you two having a kiss.
Yeah. What does that mean? What's DJ play that back?
It's an absolute shit show.
Oh, okay. Should we keep spinning it until we get one?
No, because we've done two already, and the man behind the camera
really
didn't
don't
shout
know
us.
that
So I'm actually worried.
You're going to wet
I'm gonna have
yourself.
an
Right,
accident.
okay. So
Right.
basically, we are going to hum a song
Yeah.
with our mouths and our teeth
Yeah.
closed.
Name that tune.
Name that tune.
Mouths and our teeth closed.
My-
Close your teeth.
I can't
It's
sing.
normally,
You
this is my
know I can't
superpower,
sing
though.
either.
Naming a tune is my
So
superpower.
is mine.
Is it?
Maybe we should
Right,
go on one
okay.
of them shows.
Right.
So I can always
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
a
yeah.
song.
Name us. John, you can-
Right, here, let me have a look and I'll tell you what one to pick.
You know what?
No,
I
she's
said if I wasn't a
picking.
photographer,
Name.
I would be a
No,
DJ.
why would she pick a song?
You've got to name and you
Then
behave.
she knows the answer.
Give us a number, 1 to 14.
Oh,
There we
with
are.
you.
It's got to be number 7. It's my son's lucky number.
Are we both doing it?
No, you do it. Oh.
Right, ready?
I can't even laugh.
No.
I don't know what to say.
But really, you know this one.
Yeah, I know, but I do, but I
okay,
don't know
I'll
when
do
you
it.
humming it.
I don't know. You're so shit.
Lauren, can you try as well? We'll have
Because you
second.
do it too good. Do it a bit shit. You're showing your teeth.
Chorus. Don't fucking come in with your a cappella. I thought that was quite good. Ain't no mountain high enough.
You didn't ask her the question.
What's the question?
What song is it?
Well, she doesn't know clearly, does she? Because you come in going, who's that little thing?
I think that was the remix.
Do you remember in the Muppets, the man that was green, and then you'd have the guy behind him going, you just popped up like a piece of trash. Right, pick another number.
Right, okay.
I thought that was really good. I was
Number
like,
2.
I'm going to get
And I would have
scouts
got
for
that. I
this.
just didn't even get
Oh, no, we've done number 2
we've done
already.
number 2. Okay, number 4.
Ow.
Right. Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
ABBA.
See?
There you go.
Absolute voice of an angel.
Wait,
Right, you do one more for Sharon. No, Sharon's got to do one.
We're going to do...
No, you've got to do one. You've got to do one because you're so shit. It's so funny. Right, pick another number. I could be here all day.
You pick a number.
10. Sorry, I'm too busy preparing myself.
I don't think you know what this song is.
Give it me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You sound like a hostage. He's just had the car boot open.
Hostage.
We've danced to this.
That's what she sounds like. And someone's finding
Was this the sound you made when we danced?
She's just been found in the car boot of the car. She's going.
Will you do it? I bet you
I
can't.
can't remember what number it was.
10.
10. Oh, I'm going to be sick. No, not let your hands. Don't let your
Jump
hands.
around. It's quite a hard one to hum, but not like.
Oh
my God!
You still didn't get to guess it.
No.
Right,
Anyway, I did guess ABBA,
Okay.
Dancing Queen.
So we're gonna
There you go.
do in a minute a little demonstration on how to pose.
Yes.
And ask you some how to hum. Sorry.
How to not to act like you're in danger.
Have you rigged that up on that? You have, haven't you? Right. Okay. So we like to finish on a nice little moment. I've got a love letter to read out.
Okay.
No, because you're going to
I'm
laugh.
not saying
the
my
moment-
cool story.
No.
Oh.
To Lauren, what a journey we have had together, eh? Whoever said love conquers all was all right. Can't wait to be married to you in 37 days' time. Love you to the stars and back, Emily.
I thought it was John. I was like, why is he talking so much shit? When you said to Lauren, I was like,
He's going to propose to you. No, it's from Emily.
again?
Good luck, Lauren and Emily.
oh, that's nice.
Don't mind to clap him. Right. Should we do a demonstration?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Shall I save my story for next week then?
Oh, what's your story?
This is Hannah, yeah? I've known Vicky since we were kids. She introduced me to Christian. I broke girl code and ended up dating him. We fell out, we made up. She ended up with Simon. They were witnesses at the wedding. Then when it came to the moment to call the witnesses forward, the vicar accidentally said rather than to celebrate the marriage of Christian and Hannah, could Victoria and Simon step forward to sign the registry? She said to celebrate the marriage of Christian and Victoria, his ex, Marvellous. I don't know if I read that out right or she split that in twice.
But the vicar didn't know, did he?
This is...
The vicar didn't know.
No, he didn't know they were exes.
I've
And this
had
is
names
the
written
picture.
wrong frequently, said wrong. I've
And
heard
that's
it.
the picture.
That is brilliant.
It's a brilliant picture,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Poor
they're
sod.
all, we're all
Poor
still
sod.
friends. They're all still like
Yeah.
married to each other.
Yeah.
But like of all the names you could.
What's the
said,
worst thing you've seen?
Gosh, you have to wait to the book. I'm going to write a book one day. All the things.
Can't wait.
I've seen years ago. If you've got time to very, very quickly, probably about 15 years ago, I shot a wedding, and there was a very, very drunk aunt. She was drunk during
There's
the drinks
always an aunt.
reception.
Sorry
right?
about that.
Could have been you. She was so drunk.
You're
she was-
getting married.
Yeah. Anyway, as I left after the first dance, I had to walk through the hotel to get to my car. It was in the car park. And as I walked through, I thought, oh gosh, someone's left their coat. It was just kind of showing. I thought, oh, anyway, carried on walking through. I thought someone's taken their shoes off, and there was a pair of shoes. And as I go up, there was a staircase that goes up to where the hotel rooms are. And as I go up, I look up, and it was all dark because it was an ambient lighting. And there's like a little array of clothes, and said drunk aunt was asleep at the top of the stairs in nothing but a G-string. She obviously thought she was at home and was just stripping off as she's going to bed, and then collapsed to the stairs. And I was like mortified. I was young. I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. What did I do? Every good person went and just left.
When you said someone's left their coat, I thought the auntie was the coat.
No, I did.
No, she was literally in a G-string at the top of the stairs. The photographer was like, do I take a photo? No, that's too wrong. That's too wrong. Do I go and find someone? But everyone's on the dance floor like this, and I'm just thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I just left. She was still alive. It was nothing like that.
You took the pulse and left. Right, let's do your demo. My name's Sharon. So we're going to do some demonstration. You're going to show us how to pose and what to do with these things.
Yes. So couple photography when it comes to bride and groom. Flowers.
Oh, no, I have to do that
so
way.
you start.
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
Anyway, I always say unlink arms.
Okay.
Because when it comes to photos of the two of you, I want you to turn your bodies in towards each other. So you turn slightly, that's it. So you turn in towards each other a bit. Now your back arms.
You're going to do something really rude, aren't
Put
you?
each other round each other at the back. So yeah, so that's it.
I have to go under.
However, and then come in so hip bones touching. That's it. Perfect. Now, I would normally give the bride flowers. Now, I told you flowers.
Why
you
did
always
you
want
assume
this
I was the
arm of the
man?
one because you told me you were going to be.
Well, I've changed.
Touch it.
So the kind of unwritten rule is if, when posing, if it bends, bend it. That means you don't want to be like this. You don't want to be what I call the chalk ice. Dead straight to the camera.
That's me. I'm a body chalk ice.
Yeah, so you want to turn your body slightly forward. So I always say, because I normally stand opposite my couples like this.
Yeah.
And I'd say either I do it so mirror me. So I would go, do like this. Because it's so easy to get people to do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
If I go, just do what I do. So you just turn in and then this leg, bend. There. This arm here, which you've already done. And then if you was a guy, I would tell you to put this hand in your pocket. If you're wearing suit trousers, because that is how guys stand most naturally. Otherwise, what happens is men's arm stands like this, and it just looks a little bit awkward.
Right.
Or I would say use your hand to hold the flowers of the bride, because then all this creates is a lovely shape of bent arms,
bent legs,
and then you'll find that you've gone from this to this, which is a much more flattering. Well, there you go, and then you can do. And this is how photos then
I drop you.
evolved. Yeah, exactly. But that's how photos. So I always start with that traditional, classic. So yeah, and then I'd fluff the dress out. Make sure the guy's suit straight.
Yeah, I mean, we always say to brides, don't worry about your dress. Your photographer would have been trained at wedding shows, and that will know what to do.
Exactly. If not, I'll get a bridesmaid on it and would pre-show. But generally, I'll do it, and then so that's where I start. So you always want to bend. So even this, then I say to my couples, this comes into play outside of your wedding when there's a group photo. So say we were 3 bridesmaids like this.
Yes.
Again, I always say turn into the centre person of the photo. So rather than being all in a straight line, shoulder to shoulder, rugby style, you all turn into the slightly, and then you would just turn just a fraction so that this leg that's nearest the camera is always bent.
Oh, okay.
Then that gives your dress and everything a nice S shape. And then I would get all hands S shape. You always want to be S. On the red carpet, everyone that goes onto a red carpet turns up and it's the S. It's the kind of. It's the most flattering.
See Sharon do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
not too over.
I struggle. I struggle to be in heels, and I know a lot of bridesmaids wear heels for the first time.
But you're balancing all your weight on this leg,
right? Okay.
So that then this one is just slightly bent.
Okay.
Then all flowers up here. So if you was holding flowers as well, then you would I would bring that arm in, and then I would hold my arm here around you. So you always put your arms around each other at the back.
Right.
Then you never want to lean away from the camera, because if you lean away from the camera, this happens. So you always want to push your bum away so that you almost lean in a little bit like that. Then it doesn't look like, but that gets rid of anything here. Not that any of you need it, but it just, so you literally, with that, not like this, because then it's too chesty, but just literally, if you just put all your weight on your back foot, kick your bum out, and then you just lean in, that's a much
how does that
more
look behind camera?
flattering. And then I say, look to the person next to you. So you get those natural, everyone smile, look this way, look that way. And then everyone's like, yay, hi. And then again, you get that exactly, whatever unfolds with the girly group, because everyone are like, and then it just moves from that to kind of
Do you know what I hate? In the shots, if you end up on the end and where the person's taking the camera, you just think about your big old arm.
So you never want to pressure.
What can I do with my arm?
What can we do about arms? Out of all the questions I had for you, 80% was the arms.
Wedding ick, going back to that.
Yeah.
If you don't like your arms, don't wear a sleeveless dress.
Right, okay. As simple as that.
Do you know what I mean? If you're a bride or a, like...
I know, but listen, okay,
but
I get fashions.
What we do, if that is the only dress that they like and suits them, we will always put like a little shoestring strap down or
exactly. So little straps.
So break it up.
Or then wear a veil. So if you don't, I'm just thinking, why, if you don't like an item of your body, why would you wear something that accentuates it or makes it more visible?
But sometimes with us, when we put a sleeve on a girl, it tends to make them look bigger.
I know. So I'm just saying. So if you don't like your arms, don't tie your hair right up and keep your arm open and no veil, because then literally I can give you tips to make it look better, but I can't eliminate. So you could be like, so then hair.
You're not a surgeon.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Hands not wands. I'm not a magician. I'm
Hands not wands. I'm brilliant. I love that.
So I go wear a veil. So have a veil. So at least then you've got an edge of softness.
Cover them up.
Yeah. Well, no, but listen, I can't Photoshop them off.
Yeah.
So,
and when you do that, will you?
I constantly will be like, let's pull your veil around for a bit of softness, because generally it does. You don't want too much bare flesh. So a bit of veil, hair, and again, I always say to people, the more nervous you get with flowers, the more nervous brides. Yeah, but then now you're in the service. Brides, the more nervous they get, the flowers come up. The flowers come up, and the arm gets pressed.
Yeah.
So again, without. Not like this, but I just never press your arm right up against you tight like this, because then it makes it look bigger. So if you just relax it out, so then, and now even like I say, when you go to the pub and someone has a group photo, if you're on the end, you got a back pocket, stick your hand in your back pocket.
Oh.
Yeah, so not like you see all the younger generation, it's all like this.
Yeah, or if
But if you want to make it look more natural, we all lean in. I put my hand behind my pocket, then this arm just looks like a natural.
I'm always a
Love
teapot.
that.
Yeah.
You'll see us in a photo now, and like me and Sharon are on the end, like
One leg bend.
I'm a teapot. I'm like this all the time.
Or it's when people go, "Come on, let's get a picture."
Yeah, and then
they
squash you up,
you
and then they all lean back, they'll go, "Whoa," like that, and then you go, so never do that. You always want hand in the pocket and lean in and be like, "Whoa," like that. So you always want to do that.
It's fantastic.
Or if you fight to be in the middle.
Oh, I'm always wondering.
Yeah, Sharon wants to be in the middle so she can do a slight little turn.
Exactly. It's always
So for everybody that's listening, for our brides night, where can we find you?
HayleyBray.com is my corporate one, and Hayley B Weddings.
Right.
HAYLEYB Weddings.com is my wedding website.
Fantastic.
On Instagram, Facebook, online.
TikTok.
I have got a TikTok account. I've just never put anything on it.
Same. Yeah. We're
So
same.
So for people getting married that have no clue, might have been engaged for a long time. Yeah. What should you put by, say, for a photographer?
For me and my peers that I work around with is probably around the £2,500 mark. That's full day coverage, including all the photos. So you will get, within 4 weeks, the full set of high resolution photos, which you can download yourself, print, share, do your own books, albums.
Amazing.
I'm never going to hold back the photos. I want all my bridegrooms to have them.
You give them all, don't you?
They get them all. I take out blinks, blurs, test shots, funny faces.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, loads of those. But literally the full edited collection could be anywhere 700, 800 photos from your wedding day. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on.
much
Thanks,
fun.
honestly.
Thanks for having me.
We don't get to see each other
Fun.
often.
I know, yeah, good fun.
Anyway, thank you for
Get the arm
listening in, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye. I did that.
Double thumbs. Double thumbs.